Yo, people, this is how I made $1,036.24 on the day. Day trading, I don't know, why am I in an American accent? I don't know. Day trading the NASDAQ, smoking on that ass crack. We could have made a lot more. I foolishly took an L, which would have been a break even. Basically, yesterday I took a trade during Asia because I hit a banger in the Asia session before. Sorry for the no trade recap. It's too far to go and do it now, but I took a banger, which I'll show you here. Took one, 493.80. That was at, where was it? Time, 1 minute into the day. So we obviously, market opens at 11. I took that trade at 12, but yeah, sorry if the audio sounds a bit different. I've turned off one of the equalizers because I realized it was cutting me off halfway through my words and it was really annoying me. But jumping into today, what were we looking at? What are we doing on a higher time frame? Disrespecting bullish gaps and respecting bearish gaps. What does this mean? This means that we are bearish. We came up at 7 during this 4-hour candle, and we hit into this 4-hour gap. Let's mark this out. Hit into this 4-hour gap, respected it, started moving it down. So bias was fully bearish down to here, which was previous day low, Thursday 28th of, oh, it's not previous day low, because it's Friday today. I thought, sorry, I'll let you see, Thursday 28th of May. It's bloody June. I don't know why I thought this was previous day low. Anyway. It doesn't matter, right? Coming into the shorter term on the day, you can obviously see we're bearish structure, hella bearish structure, rejecting off this 1 hour, going down inverse and bullish 1 hours, very bearish, right? Coming into the day, I saw lows here. I wanted the 4-hour lows down there. There's an unmitigated new week opening gap as well, which I think will come down and hit. So I do believe we're going to continue further down. I'll get into why in just a moment. Market opened, manipulated into this 15-minute bearish gap. Now, I was fully looking for shorts off of this, obviously, because I was bearish, respecting a, oh, this isn't a 15, sorry, no, 5-minute gap, and a retest of an inverse 5-minute gap. Market opens, manipulates into here, drop down onto the smaller time frames. Right, into the smaller time frames. Why did I not take this trade? Because there was no internal SMT. Right, it was a perfect trade. Bearish bias coming down. We also tapped into, let's draw the fib level from this low to this low. We swept 0.68 and the 0.5 extension of the leg, which is like perfect for a little rebalance. Didn't need to go up to this 0.78, but there was no internal SMT. Now, there was off of an already black candle. As you can see, was it this one or the one higher? No, it was this one. So look, NQ came out, swept this candle, this 1-minute candle. ES did not. That is a divergence, that is an SMT. However, is that enough for me to go off of? Not really, not 1 minute into market open when we've got loads of volatility. We would have ended up entering here off of the 1-minute inverse, and a 25-point stop would have been quite tight. However, we ended up just pummeling down, so that's a bit annoying. So that I completely faded that. Still, at this point in the day, I was like $170 down because of obviously the loss we took yesterday. But then we proceeded to come down even further. We swept out that low I was talking about. ES made equal lows, which is why I think we're going to continue down. No way ES makes equal 4-hour lows. Just saying. So smaller time frame on this. So we came down, swept this out, liquidity sweep and the SMT where ES hadn't. We then inverse this bearish 5-minute, meaning we could be switching to bullish structure. However, we did have 15 minutes above, which I'll get into why I still took longs in a sec. So anyway, we inversed that bearish 5. We came down, retested the inverse of the 5-minute gap, hit the little 1-minute equilibrium, which is this green line here. So that's 50% extension of the 1-minute leg it used to inverse. Came down, swept that, made a bullish SMT off of that, where you can see NQ took this low and ES didn't. ES was still trading above. We then proceeded to get a gorgeous little 1 minute inverse. We inversed it perfectly. Entry around here, 25 points, bottom of the candle, 50 points at the top. Now, why did I take this? Because I knew that to continue lower, we've fully extended, we are very oversold. Now, what do we look for when we're oversold? We look for a little retracement. So I think, what's a good retracement? Well, I think from 9:30 open to the low now is the 0.5 extension. That would be perfect. Hit equilibrium, completely rebalance the trading leg to continue down further. So that's what I was targeting. Obviously, I only took my 50 points. I took it in RAN, which is why we're only up 289 on the day. But I did end up being completely correct. We traded into an unmitigated 15-minute gap, sweeping the 50% extension, and then look, continued lower. So it was good. A bit of a frustrating day because I waited a while for the setup. I got into the setup at 3:13, which is 43 minutes after market opens. However, it's, is what it is. We still got our setup presented to us. External, internal SMT after inversing a 5-minute gap back into the higher time frame PD array, getting an internal SMT and seeing a 1 minute inversion out of that. Now, the fib levels have been very reactive, which is quite good. But yeah, so we ended up taking that for a little 1 to 2. We took it on 3 of the top step accounts. What? Did that one not copy? Hold on. Yeah, no, it did. Why is it saying realized P&L? What? Why is it saying realized P&L? It just hadn't refreshed. Okay, that's really annoying. I have no idea why it did that. Never mind. So yeah, anyway, that proper spooked me for a minute. So that was 289 across 3 top step accounts. Now, where does the other part come from? Well, this is the dashboard for this week. 169.64. Last night I ended up taking another trade after losing on the top step. I say losing, didn't even lose, which is why we were only 120 down. We actually exited prematurely. I was tired. Trade wasn't an A+ setup, so I was hesitant, and I closed early after displacement, not in my direction. I ended up keeping it open on the alpha account and then closed it for a winning day, but it's completely fine. No harm, no foul. We've had an incredible week, so no need to get salty about it. Speaking of which, let's have a little look at the week. So on the top step accounts, you can see I am 884.90 in profit for the week, 884.90, and then on the alpha accounts, 805, 826, and then 169. So all of that totals to, hold on, I did the maths earlier because I put it on my TikTok story. 2,686.70 on the week, from just the live account. So 884.90 plus the oh look, we just swept that low. See, told you we're going down further. Do we react off anything? Oh, there was this 5-minute gap. Let's have a little look, see if the setup presented itself. So reacting off of that 5-minute gap, blah blah blah. ES did inverse it, just slightly annoying, however. Had an internal SMT. Internal SMT. Inside of the high time frame PD array. Did we hit a fib level? Textbook. Look at this. Sweeping the 50% extension of this 1 minute leg down, which created the gap. Sweeping that, and then, let me guess, little 30-second inverse down. No, okay, so I wouldn't have taken this. There was no gaps for us to inverse. A+ setup, but no gaps unless you're looking on the 15-second. And then 25-point stop, 50-point TP. Would have ran, but I mean, it's just one of those things. If there's no gaps, there's no gaps. Trade's not valid. But yeah, that is how I made 103,680? 103,624 on the day. So yeah, good end to the week. W shit, my alpha accounts are at 3 out of 5 winning days to be able to request a payout. My top step account is at 2 out of 5 winning days to request a payout. So hopefully we get a payout from both of them by the end of next week. If we get blessed with 3 winning days. And then the evals are about a third of the way past. So nothing major, nothing too shabby. Better safe than sorry. I'm copy trading the evals to the combine, copy trading the combines to the XFA so that we're consistent and we take the same trades on both. Yeah, could have been a better day than it was. Overall, there's no point feeling FOMO when we're up like 2.5 bags on the week, just on live accounts alone. So it's pretty cool. If I get, let's have a little look. So if I were to get 2 more winning days of just 150, I could take a payout for, so that's at 1.6, 1k. No, 2k, and then 150, 150, 2.3. I could take a 1.15 payout, k payout. If I get 3 more winning days on the top step account, that's another 450. That would be 1,200. So if all goes to plan and we just get 2 more minimum winning days, we could take over 2k in payouts next week. So should be pretty good. Love you all. Take care of yourself. We're sort of just, I don't know if I'm in awe, but it just doesn't feel real. Do you know what I mean? Because like it's working, but I'm not like getting giddy or over the top. So I don't know why. But yeah, right. Take care of yourself. Tell someone you love them. W week, stay profitable. Join the Discord. Bye.